International headlines have been dominated by an explosive rumor. Iran's reformist president, Masoud Pezeshkian, has resigned due to crushing pressure from the military. The Iranian government immediately and aggressively denied the reports, labeling them as fake news engineered by Western media to project instability. But if that official denial is true and everything is running smoothly, there are several glaring anomalies in Tehran that simply cannot be explained. For one, the president has vanished from crucial international diplomacy. Instead, Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bakr Ghalibaf is the one taking high-level meetings abroad and fielding negotiations with the United States. At the same time, Pezeshkian's own social media channels have been broadcasting deeply pessimistic, cryptic messages, talking about unhealable pain and the impossibility of fixing the country alone. Geopolitical analysts are looking at these messages not as standard political rhetoric, but as a public confession of extreme political suffocation. Whether a physical resignation letter actually exists or not, the circumstantial evidence points to a head of state who has been entirely stripped of his executive power. To understand how we got here, look at how Masoud Pezeshkian took office. A former doctor, widow, and progressive reformist, he unexpectedly won the presidency following the sudden death of Ibrahim Raisi. He ran on a platform of real change, specifically promising to roll back the country's severe moral policing and dismantle the mandatory hijab enforcement. Yet under his watch, violent state crackdowns on women persist, and internet access remains heavily censored. Why is a democratically elected reformist president completely powerless to stop his own security forces? Because the Western concept of a president does not apply in Iran. The office functions as a rubber stamp, completely subservient to a higher, unelected authority. This diagram outlines the Iranian government's structural blueprint. It divides power into two distinct tracks, one elected and one unelected. On the elected side, voters choose the Assembly of Experts, the Parliament, and the President. But absolute dominance belongs to the unelected track, where the supreme leader holds lifetime power over the judiciary, the media, and the military. That military apparatus includes the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC. They operate completely independently from the regular national army, as the supreme leader's personal ideological army. This complex dual-layered system only functions if the supreme leader is actively managing the IRGC and keeping the state apparatus in balance. Right now, that balance is broken. Ayatollah Khamenei has been sidelined since February, and his presumed successor, Mujtaba Khamenei, is completely missing from public view. The younger Khamenei has released no videos and made 0 appearances, fueling reports that he is severely ill or injured. In response, the IRGC has physically blocked access to the leadership. They are even preventing President Pezeshkian, who happens to be a former health minister, from assessing the situation. The brain of the Iranian government has effectively gone dark, leaving the regime's most dangerous muscle unleashed to fill the vacuum. So, did President Pezeshkian actually hand in a letter of resignation? The physical existence of a letter hardly matters. The government's official denial might be technically true on paper, but practically it is false. The IRGC is openly bypassing the elected government to make major unilateral state decisions, including issuing threats to close the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Pezeshkian remains trapped in his office, marginalized alongside his foreign minister, experiencing total political suffocation. Iran is no longer operating under its historical, delicate balance of religious clerics and elected officials. What you are witnessing is a quiet, internal coup. Iran is now a de facto military state under the absolute control of the IRGC.